Hello, I'm Dalton Langhoff. I'm going to talk to you guys today about my grandfather with diabetes and how the Ozempic fad of using it as a weight loss has kind of been it's an annoyance to me and my family. Uh, my grandfather has been a type 2 diabetic for my whole life, and now he was self-employed, so it's always been like harder for him to get his insulin. And now that there is this huge increase of people using it that don't need it just for their own personal gain has kind of been upsetting to us. So I'm going to go a little bit into my personal beliefs on it. A little quick recap. My grandfather, being a type 2 diabetic, uh, it was very rough for us growing up because there were times that he couldn't get his prescriptions or anything. So he'd be very lethargic, very slow. Any kind of money that he would have extra would go towards trying to find whatever he could get to be back to what he felt like when he was on his insulin. Uh, you should not use Ozempic if you are not diabetic. Uh, the dangers of Ozempic in non-diabetic patients. Uh, Jay Tolinto published an article in the New Yorker titled "The Ozempic Era" and stated initial side effects of diarrhea, vomiting, constipation, dizziness, nausea can be gnarly enough to send people to the ER. Patients can also experience hair loss, a result that, like the gaunt look that has been termed, not without Schadenfreude, Ozempic face, is caused by rapid weight loss rather than by the drug itself. In rare cases, patients might develop renal failure and pancreatitis or intestinal obstruction. Uh, the mental side effects, the celebrities using Ozempic as a weight loss. Um, Another article that I found was young audiences mentality, uh, disabled and diet-stricken audiences might be considered before using this solely for weight loss. In the USA Today, by H. Yaznorf, titled Ozempic may be Hollywood's hottest thing, but here's the skinny. It is stated that Elon Musk and Chelsea Handler are among the few big names who have acknowledged using the drug for weight loss. In another article that was published by Life Stance Health titled Ozempic and Eating Disorders, uh, it states once the drug-induced weight loss begins, it can morph into a compulsion, make it challenging to cease the medication, which can eventually lead to a formal eating disorder. Amy Schumer, you can see here, she was a little overweight, but then due to probably being in Hollywood, you always have to be on top of your game. She started using Ozempic, and now she looks like this. Starting and stopping Ozempic, the weight does not stay off. So it's not like a magic drug where you take it and then you can keep eating and do whatever you want. And then when you get off of it, you still have all those unhealthy, non-exercise characteristics that you were doing before you were on it. And it's like it might kickstart you in the right way and you might love that, but a diet and exercise will always fix that much better than just using some magic drug. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about insurance that I know. Uh, Insurance rarely covers the cost of Ozempic without being medically diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. Uh, It is obviously it's not FDA approved for weight loss. In an article by D. Berryhill that was published in Forbes Health titled "How to Get Ozempic: Eligibility Criteria, Cost, and More," he restates Ozempic is more likely to be covered by insurance for the treatment of type 2 diabetes, says Dr. Johnson, while mentioning that some insurers also include Ozempic coverage for weight-related conditions like prediabetes or metabolic syndrome. In another article published by S. Zitz on prevention.com titled "How Much Does Ozempic Cost? Ozempic Price with and Without Insurance," it states, the manufacturer states that the list price for a single 1.5 milliliter pen is $935.77, which is crazy. The need for Ozempic for the diabetes is much higher and justifiable for diabetics than those that just want to lose weight. In an article titled "How Many Americans Have Diabetes" that was published by USA Facts, it states approximately 38.4 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes. 90 to 95% of those people are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And my grandfather is one of those many people that have the type 2 diabetes. Type 1 versus type 2. Type 1 is insulin is no longer produced. It is a family history disease, uh, and it usually is developed in childhood. And then type 2 is little insulin is being produced. You have higher blood pressure, and usually it's caused by a lifestyle. Not usually, I mean, it usually is, but not entirely. Uh, Other options for uh, for weight loss in the article titled "Insulin's Poised to Crack Down on Off-Label Ozempic Prescriptions" by L. O. Mary in the International Medical News, it states Ozempic, which is FDA approved for treatment of diabetes, is similar to the drug Wegovy, which is approved to be used for weight loss. And then also there is bariatric gastric sleeve surgeries for weight loss, and berberine is also a good over-the-counter weight loss drug. Ozempic should not be used for weight loss. I leave you all with this testimony that was formed in an article titled "GLP-1 Receptor Agonists and Related Mental Health Issues." Insights from a range of social media platforms using a mixed method approach. The testimonial reads, "At the beginning of this year, I weighed 351 pounds. As of today, March 19th, I am already down to 318 pounds. And that's with the gradual stepping up of the dose. I have the full support of everyone in my life, including my diabetic wife, who has personally experienced not being able to get her Ozempic due to people using it for what I call trendy weight loss." Just all in all, like, you should not use Ozempic if you're not diabetic. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye. Come on, come on, come on.